Hey everyone, Hitesh here from ET's personal tech team, and this is the brand new Galaxy S9 Plus. Samsung's latest phone for India. There are actually two versions of this. There's the S9 with the 5.8-inch screen and the S9 Plus, which has a 6.2-inch and the dual camera setup. So let's take a look at what we get in the box. So there are three colors available in the S9 and S9 Plus. This one is the lilac purple, as you can see on the side of the box here. There's also a black and a coral blue. The black is called midnight black. There's no titanium or the silver color available this time around. Here's the phone itself. Lilac purple. Quite nice looking. Let's put that off to the side. Inside the box over here, we have a USB Type-C to USB Type-A converter. There is a Samsung fast charger travel adapter here, and there is a USB Type-C cable and AKG branded earphones. Very nice braided cable and a few extra silicone tips. Inside this box over here, we have the SIM eject tool, and there is also a soft case. Quick start guide as well. So that's as far as the box contents go. Device itself fairly smaller than the Note 8, which I can put here. Well, not much smaller, just a little bit, but it is quite noticeable in the hand. It still has the 3.5mm jack. There's a USB Type-C. This time around, you do get dual speakers on the S9 and S9 Plus. These are with Dolby Atmos surround enhancements. So you get one speaker on the top here and one at the bottom. So you get really that stereo sound effect. Being the S9 Plus, this is the dual camera at the back. The fingerprint sensor is now centrally located as opposed to the side of the camera earlier. So that's really nice, falls quite easily to the hand. You'll notice that the frame is also the same color as the back glass in the lilac purple. It's the same with the black and with the coral blue. The frame matches the color of the back glass. So there are two storage versions in each phone. The S9 has a 64, 256 gigabyte storage options, and the same for the S9 Plus. The prices we do know: 57,900 starting price for the S9, and for the 256 GB variant it's 65,900. For the S9 Plus, it's 64,900 starting price for the 64 GB storage version and 72,900 for the 256. It's important to note that the 256 storage is only available in black. The 64 GB you can get in your choice of other colors. Now, as far as the specs go, 8MP camera in front, autofocus f1.7 around the back. This is one of the biggest changes in the S9. It has got a dual aperture. Normally, you do not get adjustable aperture in phones, but this actually goes from f1.5, a really wide aperture, to f2.4. And in terms of differences between the S9 and S9 Plus, mostly it's the single versus dual camera, as well as the RAM is different. It's 6 GB in the S9 Plus here and 4 GB in the S9. And of course, you know, the screen sizes are different. So that's as far as the differences go. Let's boot this up and see what the Samsung experience, or TouchWiz as some might call it, what that looks like here. Now this is the interface that you get as soon as you boot it up. Very clean Samsung experience. If you've used any of the previous Galaxy phones or even the Note 8, you'll be quite at home here. Swipe up to get your apps. And over here, the home screen, pretty sparse, nothing much installed. Everything is there for you to customize. Now let me show you the difference in the camera interface. Click here and you can just swipe left and right to switch between the different modes. If you can see the mode, the names are at the top of the different modes. There's auto, super slow motion, AR emoji, hyperlapse, so on and so forth. Now a couple of points here. In the Pro mode, you can actually switch between f1.5 and 2.4 manually. I'll just try and show you a closer look at the lens, and you can actually see that happening. The light focus mode uses the depth information from the second camera to give you the bokeh effect. The super slow motion is the mode where you can ignore the flashing on the screen. That's where you can get 960 FPS super slow motion video. Now that records only for 0.2 seconds. That 0.2 seconds is stretched out to 6 seconds in super slow motion, but you can really get some very interesting visuals from that. Now if we go to the pro mode over here, you can adjust the ISO, aperture, autofocus, white balance, so on and so forth. This button here lets you switch between f1.5 to 2.4. So let me try and show you a closer look. Now keep your eye on the top lens. I'm not sure if you can tell in the video, but if you keep an eye on the top lens, you'll see it opening to f1.5 and closing to 2.4. So anyhow, the difference is that f1.5 will get you a lot more light into the camera, and 2.4 will get you a little bit more sharpness to use in daylight. In auto mode, the camera will switch between those automatically. Now in terms of the specs, both the phones have very similar specs. It's the Exynos 9810. In India, we do get the Exynos, not the Snapdragon 845 that some other markets will be getting. The S9 has 4 gigs of RAM. The S9 Plus has 6 gigs of RAM, and there are two storage options like I mentioned, the 64 and 256. Prices we'll put up in a caption. One thing that you can note here is that the micro SD card slot supports up to 400 GB cards. So even though the cards are not yet available, but when they do, you can actually expand it by another 400 gigabytes. In terms of screen resolution remains the same on the S9 and S9 Plus. It's 2960 by 1440 pixels. And it's a 5.8 inch on the S9 and a 6.2 inch on this device, which is the S9 Plus. So that's it. We'll be doing a full review of this device, and let us know if you have any questions either in the comment section or reach out to us via email or Twitter.